Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here. Gooner Gathering is live. Gooner Lee Meads, joined by the poshest man in all of sports entertainment, Posh Bertie. How are you, my friend?
Well, I'm doing very good. I can't complain for obvious reasons. Dare I ask, how are you?
My day did not start very well, I must say. And the reason behind that is I've lost half my equipment. So with the knowledge, obviously, that things are going on behind the scenes, and obviously this transfer window is very much moving parts. I brought with me my phone charger. I bought a stand with me. I bought my battery pack with me. And it didn't follow me outside the bus. I lost my stuff, Posh.
Right, okay.
So, I mean, that's a bit of an issue, but never mind. I'll improvise like we always do. How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been very good. I've not lost anything apart from my dignity, but I lost that ages ago. But yeah, I'm doing great. Again, as I said, I can't complain. We've got some very encouraging Arsenal news as well. And as I am speaking, I want to say hello to Jordan Hyman LFC in the chat. Good to see you if you're still here. Leaving a comment a few hours before we went live, but if you're still here, hello.
Jordan is a new subscriber.
Excellent.
And he's actually a Liverpool fan who is actually live at the exact same time as we are.
Oh, okay.
But he had a little chat with me about an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, good guy. Appreciate him. What I will do, because he's going to be talking about some of the stuff that we're talking about in a minute. Once we are done, I will put a link to Jordan's channel on our community tab, just so you can help him out, because he's helping me out as well. That sounds fair, doesn't it? So, my friend, where should we get going? I think we should start with a confirmed new signing. What do you think? Are you excited about this one?
Absolutely. This new signing for Arsenal, I am incredibly thrilled about. It's been a long time coming, and finally everything is confirmed. I couldn't be more happier.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to, here we go, big entrance there. Oh, there she was. There she is. Amanda Elstead. Now, Amanda is a centre-half. She's 30 years old. She's spent 2 years at Paris Saint-Germain, previously worked under the ladies' manager, Jonas Seinfeld, at Rosengard. And, this is a confirmed, done and dusted deal. It's the one I know everyone has been waiting for. So that is confirmed. And it's a much-needed signing, with obviously with Leah Williamson being injured and with Raffaelli having left the club. But that might not be the one that our viewers will be expecting. Hello, Spencer. Welcome to the chat, my friend.
Well, unless there's any other twists and turns that could happen, you may never know in this saga that we will talk about.
Anything can happen in the Gooner Wrestling Federation.
The Gooner Wrestling, absolutely, the Goonerverse. But yeah, I think again, I don't know much about the Arsenal women's team. I know some of the players, but I can't say I'm as knowledgeable as you or Matt and Sam are.
Sam might join us in a little bit, if he can.
But yeah, I think he'll talk more about that. He knows more about that than I will. But good to see both men and women Arsenal teams are making interesting signings.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so we'll come on, of course, to the reason why we are here before we lose everybody. So it looks like it's more or less a here we get going, as I put on the trademark. Declan Rice looks like the deal was agreed Fee certainly agreed. It looks like it's more forward, more going ahead than ever now.
It's a put your shoes on before you open the front door.
Sorry,
that's not
Declan
Rice. There he is.
There he is. So it looks like the fees agreed now. It's funny, isn't it? We were talking about a week ago, Posh, and remind me which wise man would have said. Yeah, I said a wise man. Which wise man would have said, I think Declan's going to join Arsenal. I think this is going to be a done and dusted one. Remind me?
I'm highly convinced that Arsenal Football Club is a social experiment to test everyone's nerves. It was you, my friend.
It was, wasn't it? When the world around me were losing their minds. What did I say to you all? I said that I think...
You were saying stop. You were saying don't panic, Captain Mannering.
Oh,
and
great
please
reference.
stay calm.
Great reference. So, yeah, absolutely. Now, although it isn't, officially confirmed as of broadcast, and I've got another tab waiting to go here. Spencer called it as well. So it appears Manchester City have dropped out of the race. It appears that Munich have dropped out of the race. It looks like Declan wants to join Arsenal. Arsenal want him to join us. Arsenal attempted to get a good price and tried to be the steward of the club's money. Yeah, okay. Well, as I said last week, yeah, we're going to negotiation, and I still think there might be a bit of a discussion on how the money is going to go down. Basically, I'll say this: I think that West Ham would be very lucky to have £105 million straight into the bank straight away like that.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen. Do you?
No, I think it'll before everything gets sorted, it'll take a few not even a few, it will take a while for everything to get sorted out. The pessimist in me is still not ruling out a potential swerve, brother. A potential
really?
Vince McMahon tearing the script, saying, "This isn't happening. He's not going to Arsenal. He's
not going over, no."
So I don't know. It's all, but at the moment, it's incredibly encouraging. The bid's been agreed. City are allegedly dropping out of the race. Yeah, we're moving. If this is all true, we're actually moving like a big club, spending over 200 million on 3 players, which has never happened, I don't think, since the days of, we haven't been this serious in the transfer market. Do you think since the days of David Dean?
Honestly, Posh, I think we're in different territory here. I don't think I can recall that. I can recall summers where we've had massive signings, right? Likes of Bergkamp, likes of Platt joining us. But I mean, this is of a different generation and of a different time frame. Dennis Bergkamp, £7.5 million is peanuts in today's market, right?
That'd get you a non-league player nowadays, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. What I think we'll do, we'll break everything down one at a time. Obviously, we'll talk Rice first because that's the one everyone's talking about. We'll go on to everything else in just a second. So, I mean, there still might be a few hurdles to go over here in terms of whether it be installments, what sort of bulk payment will go down. It's looking increasingly like it's going to happen. So, does leave a few questions. Does it mean that potentially, like Thomas Partey leaves, as we spoke about last week? That's still very much up in the air. Personally, as harsh as it might seem, just my point of view on this one, that I'm not sure he's going to be that missed, honestly, if this one goes down.
Well, if Partey ends up leaving, as you said, it's just Arsenal fans, I think, back in like November or January, was saying that Partey's crucial to our team. He's better than Casemiro and Rodri. And now they're saying, oh, we don't need him. He won't be missed. I just want to see, like, I mean, Xhaka's going to go once the whole Rice and Havertz thing are announced. He'll go off to Leverkusen.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I do think Partey, I know he's kind of, since he got that injury and at the latter stages of the last season, he wasn't the same player he was. But I think
Definitely
him and Jorginho...
That last third of that season,
yeah,
he really wasn't quite the same. I don't know why. I mean, injuries can take a toll on anybody.
Yeah.
Let's be absolutely fair.
Yes, as I said with Spencer, I do think we need the depth. That's what I was saying. Partey and Jorginho, I think, are great backups.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. Spencer disagrees with me, and that's cool because, like I say, I quite like the debate here. But what I think I mean is that I think Rice will slip into that position. Maybe not, as I quite like to joke, of hybrid right back, and maybe more of
That's Timber's job.
More of we'll get to that. And more of a defensive sort of midfielder. He's actually more talented than that. He can go forward as well. But if you, exactly. He's more than capable going forward. His stats, which I think I probably retweeted on our Gooner Gathering Twitter page, in terms of in Europe, European central midfield player, winning duels, interceptions, tackles, even going forward and having shots and stuff. He actually has some pretty decent stats. And he's got an excellent attitude. I'm really excited for how this signing, if it goes over the line, I don't want to have egg all over my face and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I'm so excited for this potential signing to happen. Lots of people in the chat. If you're here, say hello. Say what you had for dinner tonight, if you could, and give us a like. Thank you, and a subscribe would be marvelous. So there we are. You know, we've got an excellent player potentially on the way. We'll be able to fulfill a lot of positions. That seems to be a bit of a theme on a lot of stuff that's going on. Anything more you want to add on Declan before we move on?
It says all here. All the ITKs, all the sources are saying that's Arsenal reached total agreement with West Ham. £105 million. Bargain.
Let me
absolute bargain. Yeah,
just before we went on air, Posh.
Yeah.
I put this on the back end, and I'll put this up if I can. So this is from the Daily Mail, saying exactly what you just said. Arsenal finally reached £105 million agreement with West Ham for Declan Rice. And that is a club record fee. That is not to be sniffed at as well, by the way.
No.
If you remember what our club record transfer fee,
you told me it was
£72 million for you know the talented Nicolas Pepe, but he never really had that consistent run of form with Arsenal. Spencer's having chicken right now. That's good to know. Waiting for 2:30. Let me put that comment up. There we go. Getting ready for a 5-day holiday. Nice. Have a fantastic holiday there, Spence. Have a good one. So there we go.
Well, Fabrizio confirmed it. West Ham have just communicated to Arsenal that they're accepting 100 million plus 5 million add-ons fee for Declan Rice. The two clubs remain in talks over deal structure and payment terms, so it's not over yet. As West Ham want 100 million to be paid within 18 months. Final discussions and then done deal. It's not over yet, Mr. Meadows. They're still discussing. Is there one final twist in the tail, and he ends up going to, I don't know, Man United instead?
Huddersfield.
Yeah,
they're definitely in the race for it. No, we'll see. I'm still very, very hopeful because it's the one that Declan wants. He's got a young family as well. You've got to remember that as well. And I'm sure he'll be wanting to keep in London. So. And until it gets confirmed, I don't know if there's any more we can actually add on Declan. I will bring us over to Havertz, if you like, just for a bit. Just a little bit of an update on that one. Spencer saying that I heard Wrexham are in for him. The power of Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Him and Ben Foster.
They did incredibly well. Just to deviate just for a second, to get back up into the professional ranks of league football. It'll be very interesting to see how they progress in the next few years. But Havertz now, latest that I've seen, and I don't know if all our subscribers, all our viewers have seen this yet. I've seen a video which kind of announces Havertz that looks like it's genuine, but hasn't been uploaded to Arsenal's official accounts just of yet. Now I know Posh is like kind of the acceptance of this one's happening, and he might not be necessarily thrilled about it. Has your thoughts changed since the last time we spoke?
No, I mean, like I've accepted the fact that he is an Arsenal player, and like I said, for the sake of supporting my team, I hope he does well for us. It's not the signing I would have made, but we've made the signing, and it's now a case of wait and see. Let's see how he does. That's all I'm going to say on that matter, because I've kind of said my piece. I wouldn't have signed him. I think he could potentially be a waste of money, considering we've seen what he's been like for 3 years at Chelsea, how he handles the Premier League style of play, as it's different to how the Bundesliga is like. I don't know, maybe. Much like Jorginho, who I thought was a weird signing, and he did very well for us.
Yeah.
Who knows? Havertz could prove all of us wrong. I don't know. At this point in time, I'm not going to rant because it's happening. I can't do anything to stop it. No one can. So it's a case of wait and see. Let's see how he does going into next season.
So there is something I do want to add on this one, which I don't think we spoke about, and it's something I saw spoken about on other platforms. So we'll do it. The fact that he already has a relationship with Jorginho, I'm pretty sure you would have seen the pictures over the last couple of days of him being there with him. There they are, right?
That is one of the most handsomest photos I've seen, by the way. Look at them all.
I know. And then if we go like this and you're there, with all three of them,
it's like One Direction or whatever, you know. It's
exactly. Yeah. So he already knows Jorginho.
Yeah.
The difficulty, I think, one of the things that Havertz would have had very difficult when he came over to a different country. You have to remember, we were in lockdown, we were in COVID times, we were in empty arena. Ornstein is above my head right now.
And Spencer has just said something about Charles Watts. Ornstein has just said, Arsenal, essentially what Fabrizio has said, Arsenal have agreed a fee with West Ham to sign Declan Rice. AFC made 100 million plus 5 million add-ons offer for 24-year-old England midfielder last night, and that has been accepted. Record for British player. Clubs now working to resolve payment terms. So it's not over yet. They are still resolving payment terms.
But it's getting that little bit closer, boys and girls. I'm excited for this. Like I said a minute ago. So, Havertz had to deal with lockdown, had to deal with COVID restrictions and all that sort of thing. If someone is struggling to adapt a little bit to a different style of football, say, which I think he might have done for a bit, And, in times gone by when you said, Mum, Dad, can you come down or talk to a few friends? Just spend the weekend with me and I'll feel a lot better for it. He couldn't do that. He had to struggle on. I'm wondering, because he seemed quite happy with the picture like you just showed. I wonder if he might be a little bit more settled. So there is a video, like I mentioned, that is going around on certain groups and stuff like that, where you see him getting his photo done. There's two sort of Polaroid pictures. I want to say a big thank you to my other friend, Spencer, who works with me at a certain supermarket brand, who reminded me what Polaroid pictures were. So with the hashtag 29 on it, which is his shirt. I wonder if there's going to be a big outcry on, he's taken this sacred number 29 shirt. I wonder if that's going to happen. What do you think?
Well, I mean, yeah, I know you're comparing when people complained about Nketiah taking Henry's number.
I am.
And, you can't compare those two, obviously. And, the sacred number 29 shirt, you've had players like Marouane Chamakh and somebody else. So I don't think
I'll go for him.
Go on. Hello, Arsenal forever, by the way.
Kim Kallstrom.
Oh,
remember him?
Yes.
Adrian Crowe. Do you remember him? No, I don't think.
No,
Jason Crowe. Sorry, Jason Crowe. I don't think.
I don't remember him either.
Let me just remember. Adrian Clark, now working for Arsenal.com. He was a midfield sensation for about a year.
Excellent.
But in all seriousness, of course, listen, I don't want to keep on repeating myself, but if the manager believes that Havertz is the player that's going to move us in a different direction and is that extra sort of piece to support the likes of Jesus and the others, Saka, Martinelli, etc., I'm all for it. If this is going to go ahead, which
he's got another number 29 for you. John Jensen.
John Jensen was number 17, my friend.
Oh. Okay.
So correct me if I'm wrong, boys and girls, but I have a distinct memory. My brain is like an encyclopedia with maybe a few bits taken out. But so yeah, that is on the way. I know your thoughts on this one. We mentioned all of a sudden everything is sort of happening in this this transfer window, and the just to make it a hat trick of players. Timber.
Of course.
Looks like a £50 million deal agreed. Ready to sort that one out. Okay, it's not.
Yeah.
Just to Arsenal forever say, not about the player. It was not about the number. It was about the player himself.
Oh, wanted to mention a player who was terrible. Fair enough.
Yeah. John Jensen was a club legend, and you know it.
Yes. Just like Gavin Hoyt.
You went for Gavin Hoyt. Well done.
Oh yes, Francis Jeffers.
Yeah, absolutely. But so I don't know. Now, like I said, I've only seen little bits of Timber. Do you think he's going to pull up some trees?
Oh, well, I think there'll be some, I was going to say solid wood in our defence, but that sounds a bit rude. I think there'll
No,
be...
that's fine. Keep up
Timber
the wood
reference.
references, that's fine.
But yeah, and, best left back in the world there. But yeah, I think, hopefully Timber won't... Hopefully Timber won't be like any of the players that Arsenal Forever and I have mentioned there. Hopefully he'll be a very good signing for us. Of course, rated by a Man United fan that I know, and he was linked with them. I have not watched many Ajax games, so I haven't seen him properly in action. I've only seen a few clips of him, so I'll only go from that. But I think he seems exciting. He seems like a good player that can suit our system, and it's based on what I hear from other people that from who support clubs that Timber was linked with in the past. He seems like the real deal. He seems like a good signing. So if we can get
the real deal now.
Oh yeah, you better recognise Jurriën Timber, and I hope that you do get to recognise him, as he'll be a good signing.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know what me and Posh just did, we're still massive wrestling nerds, and that was a D'Lo Brown reference. Just so you all know.
Let them be confused.
No, I don't like alienating people. You know what I mean?
I do.
People... So I mean, there you are. That's the 1-2-3 punch on the transfer links that we think are moving along.
Yep. It's important to remember, and I can't stress this enough, payment terms are still being agreed with Arsenal and Declan Rice. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a little potential for one final twist in the tail.
Okay. The Nasty Boys.
Are you talking about us or the wrestling tag team?
You have some of that. What was their finish called?
I don't know. Brian Knobs. That's all I know.
Something. Oh, never mind.
Anyway, let's just.
But we're moving on from the Nasty Boys. Knobs and Sags. Big shout out to you guys.
They're watching.
I'm sure they're there. I'm sure they are. What about your thoughts on the Southampton midfielder, Latvia? There's the Bushwhackers coming in on the tag team.
Wrestling tag teams. Go on. We'll just move on from that quickly. Lavia, I know when I first found this out that we were linked with him, I did think, oh, for God's sake, we're linked with another player that's been relegated. Let's be a bit more ambitious. But
all right.
I don't know. He seems like a decent player for Southampton.
I was impressed with him, mate. I think he's a boss in midfield. Very young boss as well.
He had a good game against us, so I do think there's a lot of potential. I think, maybe there's he needs to kind of, I don't know, grab the brass ring. I think maybe that's what I'm looking for.
You need to grab that briefcase.
Football. Yeah. But if we, again, it all depends if we sell people like Thomas Partey and Nicola Pepe, because I think we kind of maxed out on Man City back in the you don't like.
You are joking, Arsenal Forever. Please don't say things like that to us.
No.
I think he's messing with us.
No. Don't be like that.
Naughty. Very naughty. Yeah, I saw through you.
He's trying to
through you.
You're in
I've got two tabs going on here. I can see Twitter as well.
He's in a cheeky mood today. He's Arsenal Forever. He's distracting us by mentioning wrestling tag teams from the 80s. And now he's
I can't believe the Legion of Doom haven't got a shout out, or the Natural Disasters.
Oh, what a rush if we sign Declan Rice, eh?
You're not kidding, mate. You're not kidding.
Anyway, Lavia, yeah. I think out of the... Yes, he did get relegated with Southampton, but he had a decent game against us during the 3-3, so I'll give him that. But because we're almost using all of our transfer budget, surely, on Havertz, Rice, and Timber, it kind of depends on if we sell the likes of Partey and Nicola Pepe, which will go for people like that, and if we get rid of Tavares, Lokonga, the players that, let's be honest, someone's trying to phone me. No, thank you. I don't want to. I say the right time for them to go. Then we've got enough money to sign someone like Lavia.
Yeah, just bear with me a minute. I'm trying to get something on the on the screen here in just a moment, because I'm just looking at Fabrizio Romano on Twitter right at this second. Just bear with me just a second. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do...
I've got the tweet here. Fabrizio says, more after agreement on fee between Arsenal and West Ham for Declan Rice. Documents are being prepared. Oh, there's the other Gooner Meads.
Yeah, I've done that for a reason.
Oh, okay. Documents are being prepared to be checked in the next 24 hours between the two clubs. Personal terms agreed weeks ago. Final green light on payment terms is expected soon. Then here we go. It could be happening.
So, are you seeing it?
Another screen has popped up.
Let's see. So that should be sharing the stream. That tweet.
Hello, Niall Kane. Good to see you.
Hello,
Rice
Niall.
will be a great signing.
Doing,
he's a future Arsenal captain. I agree. I think he's got the potential to be a leader, one of our leaders for us. Oh, screen is being shared. There we go. And look, Rice baby is trending on Twitter. More after, yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. It's going to happen.
There you
Payment terms still being agreed, though. Let's not forget.
Yeah. Rice would be a great signing, and he's a future Arsenal captain. I wonder about the captain bit. I don't think they're going to take it straight off Ødegaard. Do you?
No, not yet. But I think he does have the potential to be one of our leaders in the team in the future as well. If he stays on for a while for us, I think he can be he could be, yeah. I think I can see him with the armband. I can in a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
in 24 hours...
I can see him being involved in that, like Arteta calls it, like the captaincy group, if you like.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see him being involved on that side of it. I do see him more of a vocal person than Ødegaard. That's for certain. But we will see. We've got to remember he's 24 years old. You'd make Rice captain now, ahead of people like Gabriel.
Don't forget, he's just joined the club, so you can't really, don't throw him in the deep end just yet.
I mean, Arsenal have had young captains before. Let's just forget.
We've got one now.
Tony Adams, of course, very, very young age was captain for us. But yeah. I mean, this seems very, very, very promising, doesn't it? Going to sort of take this off if I can, Posh. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So, I just want to check in on Arsenal as well. Join Arsenal to tune in. So I've just seen. So I'm just saying what I see. If I see it, I'll say it. I'm sorry.
Okay, say what you see.
Exactly. There is a little bit of news. I'm going to kind of read this off Arsenal.com, because this is actually on the website. Oh, okay.
I've got it.
How did you know I was going to do that? Have I still shared the screen? I have, haven't I?
Yeah, screen's being shared there.
Talking about Zinchenko being involved in a charity game for Ukraine. There you can see him with Andrei Shevchenko there. If I just bring this down, game for Ukraine on Saturday, the 5th of August. I don't think he's actually going to play as such. I don't know quite how he's going to captain the team because he says he's going to be involved in a non-playing capacity just there.
Yeah, he's got the community shields the next day.
Yeah, exactly. But really interesting, really nice to see that it's actually going to be involved with a side managed by the boss himself, Arsene Wenger, just there, including Vieira, Jens Lehmann, Robert Pires, Gael Clichy, alongside Pierre Mertesacker, Bakary Sagna, Oleg Luzhny, Jack Wilshere.
Excellent pronunciation.
Thank you. Threw me off there. Also, from the past, Gerald Piqué, Patrick Berger, Julian Lescott involved as well.
Gerard Piqué and Julian Lescott centre-back pairing.
I know. I mean, it's like chalk and cheese, that is, isn't it?
Oh, my word.
Team Shevchenko, as it says down here, to be managed by Chelsea women's boss, Emma Hayes. And she'll have Gianfranco Zola, Fabio Cannavaro, Clarence Seedorf to choose from, as well as an ex-Chelsea contingent of Makelele, Samuel Eto'o, Mikel Essien, and former Arsenal captain William Gallas. So that is happening, obviously, in an effort to raise money for what has been going on in the political situation over in the Ukraine. Just wanted to bring that up because that is official news that is happening. I don't know if it's going to be shown on television or anything like that, but
I don't think it will be.
I don't know. It might be. If it's a charity game, it might do. But yeah, let me stop sharing that just for now.
Because I know that I think Everton played a game against Dynamo Kiev in a friendly last year when it all began, and I don't think it was shown on TV. But it was it was to raise. I think it was because of the similar situation. I'm not gonna say anything more on this. I don't want to talk about politics.
No, it's not really what we're about.
Politics are a bit of a dangerous mix, really.
Yeah, exactly. So as we are, I feel we've probably come to pretty much an end of what we want to talk about here. Unless Sam Wilson is here in the chat, and if you are about, my friend, if you could jump and let us know, that would be great. If not, we'll leave it there for now. I think we'll try and bring a ladies' update to you whenever we can.
So hang on.
What have you got, Posh?
The capture Declan Rice, if a club record deal can be finalised as now expected, will not represent the end of Arsenal's efforts to reconstruct their midfield this summer. It is understood that Arsenal have been exploring midfield options to sign alongside Rice before next season. The pursuit of another midfield player is likely to depend on outgoings, as I just said, and how much Arsenal are able to generate through sales in the coming weeks. It is expected that Arsenal's attention would shift to selling players such as Thomas Partey, Florin Balogun, and Kieran Tierney. Don't get rid of two of those three players. The likes of Rob Holding, Sambi Lokonga, Nuno Tavares, Charlie Patino, Cedric Suarez, and Austin Trusty could also potentially leave the club this summer.
Charlie Patino, my understanding, has already gone. I think his loan at Blackpool came to an end. I believe his contract's been cancelled, and Arsenal are trying to help him move on and find another club, potentially with a buyback clause in there, because I think there's potentially a player there, but he's going to be a long way behind in terms of getting himself into the first team squad at the moment. I think it's quite right on some of them players potentially leaving. I would keep Tierney. I'm in solid.
I keep Balogun as well, as I said.
This is where we disagree a little bit, I think, because it's from what we've spoken about before, really. I will do another D'Lo reference if you like. I will recognise that he did extremely well over last season, and he did he come second in the goal scoring ranks?
Ooh, I don't know. He was up there definitely. He scored a bunch of goals
alongside Mbappe. I just wonder. I've wondered about him for a while in terms of whether he's suited for the Premier League, and it's through and the English style of game, if you like. On the odd occasion when I've seen him play, it's not been great. Although his season in France had a different story to tell.
Developed the experience.
Certainly a man who has got a lot to prove for himself, whether it be an Arsenal, whether it might be another club. There is talk of him going to West Ham, as we might have mentioned previously.
Be a good signing for them. That's a good way to spend that Mahusive Rice money.
Yeah, I mean it might be what they need as well, but again, we are speculating there. But that I think that is basically where I want to end it. I think, unless you can think of anything else to say.
I want to just say one more thing on the Rice deal. It is, I say, 98% chance that it's going to happen now. Maybe even 99.3%, because of course those payment things are still being agreed on. Let's not forget. Arsenal are going to sign a player for a total of 105 million. I've never seen anything like it. I know it's overpriced. I know that today's market is so completely overpriced out of all proportions. But the fact that we are prepared to just max out on our club record fee and sign a player with the caliber of Declan Rice, that is a massive statement from us. That's a brilliant statement from Arsenal. And I have been critical of Edu.
Yeah.
I've been critical
of how... a lot of people have been.
Yes, we could have signed him earlier. But the important thing is we have got it over the line. And I will give credit where it's due. Well done, sir. Well done. It's a deal. Declan Rice is here. Maybe. He is.
Perhaps.
Please.
Maybe. Fair enough, Posh. Fair enough. Well,
it's a statement signing.
It is. And with a bit of a promise in that last sort of statement that there might be more to come. This window all of a sudden is getting very, very interesting. So I would suggest to you all of you who are watching right now.
The moment I said "well done, Edu," the viewership is.
They know we're going, mate. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll as soon as something breaks, as soon as some news happens, we will be here to have our say, like we always do, Posh. So before we disappear, is it worth doing the socials? We might as well, because that's how we end it.
Yeah, go on then. That's our standard stuff.
That's our signature.
At Posh Bertie, and my Instagram is at Bertie Wanless.
Find me at Goonerly Mead. You can find all of us at Gooner Gathering. You can find us on our TikTok page. You can also find us on our Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/Gooner Gathering, where we just generally have a little bit of a laugh and maybe not necessarily talk football all the time. We might talk about other things that we might be interested in, perhaps.
Just like we always do on YouTube.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, until we reconvene, until we have something over the line, perhaps, we shall love you and leave you all. Take care all. Have a good evening, and we'll see you soon.